You know the women love a man with a big black porch.
So women love a man with a big black porch.
Big black porch. Okay, I said back, but
I thought you said...
I feel like black is even better.
I kind of like that. Hey, everybody. Jim Cummings here. Welcome to my podcast, Toon'd In with Jim Cummings. We have a great guest for you today. But before we get to that, make sure you like and subscribe. Our podcast has partnered with the largest Comic-Con in North America, Fan Expo, the Juggernaut. We're touring all over North America live, so get your tickets and come be a part of the live audience. It'll be fun. Go to fanexpohq.com for the tickets. We'll see you in a city near you, or a little bit away, but you can drive. And with all that said and done, sit back and enjoy today's episode. And as always, thanks for tuning in to Toon'd In with Jim Cummings.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Toon'd In with Jim Cummings. I am producer Chris, joined as always by the legend himself, Mr. Jim Cummings. How are you doing today, sir?
It's another day in paradise, especially on account of because...
We have Irene Bedard joining us today. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you, thank you.
Jim, it's such an honor.
It is so nice to see you, and because oftentimes I'll see you and there's a line of people in front of you and I can't barely see you because you're signing autographs and having too much fun, and thanks for being here. Thank you very much for being here.
I may be a little, but you can't stop me.
That's right.
Do you want to just tell the audience a little bit about yourself? Of course, you're the voice of Pocahontas, but do you want to elaborate a little bit for anybody who may not know?
Sure. I'm Irene. She was the goddess of peace. Pocahontas, we talk about the Pocahontas of peace as well. And my Inupiaq name is Gudairuk, which means one who dropped. So when I was growing up, I didn't know. I thought that I was going to be clumsy or something, but really it was one who fell from the sky.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah. And then my Cree name is Iron Woman. So I'm a Inupiaq and Yupik and Métis Cree, and I'm very proud to say that I am indigenous to this nation, but I'm part of the human nation, and I am an actor that has had the honor and to be able to tell hundreds of stories of indigenous women. So,
that's great. Oh, wow. Yeah. I feel like clapping.
I know, that was very profound.
That was wonderful.
I wish my name meant something that important.
Yeah. My middle name is Joe. Jim, Joe. I mean, okay, let's put everybody to sleep.
Irene Bedard was my given name growing up, but we're given our names in the Inupiaq way before we're born, and it's a form of reincarnation in a way that we're given our names from our grandparents, and our grandparents are the one who usually get it from their grandparents, and so when you're given that name, it's like you're given the air, the breath, the heartbeat, and the responsibilities of the person who carried that name before you. And so to me, it's just a beautiful way to understand how interconnected we all are, and that we're all also part of this deep time, that we're the love of 1,000 ancestors. And so when I get the chance to play different characters that come from our history, in a way, I feel like I'm given the opportunity to bring their spirit back to life.
Wow, that's beautiful. Well, I'm named after my grandpa. He was James Joseph too. I mean, the most common names in the world, but you win. I mean, gosh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful tradition. It's great to be a part of that, isn't it? Mm-hmm. You know, something that you bring with you throughout your life.
And I think that's, in a lot of ways, what like this prevailing society is searching for, missing, wanting that connection to deep time, that connection to our elders, and our connection to the earth and all the creatures that live upon it. That's what I mean, we're all indigenous. We all had drums, songs, stories, relationships to the earth, relationships to our elders and the coming generations, and songs and stories that related to where we came from and who we are as a community of people. That's what a culture and a tribe is, and we all came from that. It's just that the prevailing society has paved over it.
Paved over it. Boy, that's well said. Gosh, that's very poetic. I mean, goodness.
Well, I'm an actor. I'm a storyteller, though. That's it.
Well, I was just about to say, storytelling seems to be very, very important to you.
Yes, it is. I think that's, I made a mission and vision statement for myself at my halfway to 100 party. And and that was to heal through the power and art of storytelling.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Good for you. And here you are continuing. Well, thank you. Got any more? I feel like, can I call you at night when I'm having trouble sleeping? Irene, would you read me one of those? That's beautiful.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to chime in and say, I find it interesting, of the almost 100 people that we've talked to on this podcast so far, everybody from, actors to voice actors to artists to historians. It's really interesting. The one through line that seems to connect most, not all people in this industry, is storytelling.
Yeah.
And me as I'm an actor as well. I'm a performer as well. That's always been the one thing that's drawn me to, performing is storytelling. I mean, I used to be the annoying little kid in the car, and my dad would be like, "Stop making up stories."
Or also like, what happens next? Now what happens?
Exactly. And I think that's something that's kind of overshadowed in today's society is storytelling. I mean, it's one of the things that makes us, unique from other animals. We've been telling stories since we were cavemen, drawing paintings on walls, and that's how we've passed along knowledge through so many generations. And I feel like it's, I don't know, kind of
slightly a lost art.
It's not viewed as so valuable in this society. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, everything's hurry up. Let's get it over with. Come on. Hey, come on, let's go. You got to slow down and let that wash over you, I think, right?
Yeah, and I think our attention span is definitely shorter. It's get that 30-second video and scroll on to the next, right? But I think ultimately we are in a way made of story. It's, it's like, here's the story of the Declaration of the Independence and the Constitution of the United States of America. We write words down to relate to each other, or we speak words and we tell stories. We just now, instead of a flickering fire, we do it around a television or in front of a big screen. And so, we have been translated as the storytellers. It's why, you spark so much joy. Jim, you spark a lot of joy.
Bless you.
I see it when we, beautiful. Just so much love goes your direction, and it's so beautiful.
One tries, and that's also it lends to our own. It speaks to our immortal soul, doesn't it?
It does,
because
it really does.
It's a continuation,
and it goes through too. You saved me when Pocahontas came out. They sent me on a big tour around America to sign autographs, tell stories and sign autographs.
Yes.
And people would wait in line forever with, and so often they'd finally get to the front of the line, and either the kid was sometimes the kid would be upset because they've been waiting for so long, they didn't know what they were waiting. Or they got scared when they finally got to the front of the line, something like that. But I had a stuffed Winnie the Pooh, and Winnie would just come out and just change the whole scenario.
Great.
The tears would go away, and laughter would come, and love would come, and that's Winnie.
Oh, that's a lovely story. Thank you so much. She's the sweetest, honey. That's beautiful. What a nice thing to say. What a great thank you. Now I can go back to being a dipstick, and it'll even out. Oh, that's great. Thank you for that. Well, you do a lot of conventions too, don't you? Or do you? Speaking of.
Yeah, when we it was COVID, and then I was filming American Primeval and realized, we were on strike already. We're on the writer's strike, and then we were going on strike. And so I saw the writing on the wall and decided, I'm keeping my boat afloat by doing this, and it is so fun. I mean, I enjoy it so much. It really, when I first started out, I was a theater major, and I had. My big dream was to study with Jerzy Grotowski in Poland, I moved from Philly to New York to with the American Indian Community House members, and we started a Native American theater ensemble, and I was going to write plays and do plays, and it just wasn't even in my wheelhouse of thought that I would be doing film and television, and so to me, this transition to being a voice, has been a strange and difficult one, because I'm just a girl from Alaska, and the idea of having to, at that time, to speak on behalf of all Native Americans was difficult, So
Well, that's quite a responsibility, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, one of my favorite lines from that one movie is, "It's a great day to be Indigenous." So I hope this is a great day to be Indigenous for you.
From Smoke Signals.
Right.
Yeah. Yesterday we had the birthright citizenship in front of the Supreme Court, and they argued about whether Indigenous people have birthright citizenship. And of all people, I just thought that wouldn't even be an argument.
That should be an easy one.
Yeah, but
That sounds like something out of South Park. How insane is that?
Yeah,
but I think we're
true.
kind of living in South Park a little bit, aren't we?
We
might be right.
It's actually funny if you watch the history of the evolution, I should say, of South Park. And it actually has become more grounded in reality since its inception. I mean, there used to be like aliens in every episode and everything. And now it's like mostly focused on politics, but it's still this wild freak show. It's pretty crazy. But we have to address the elephant in the room, which is somehow Disney has not recognized either of you as Disney legends. Oh, what is going on with that?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. See, I would have thought you were.
I'm
And I mean, because
what is that?
Isn't that kind of like the law? Aren't, if you're a princess or a star, I mean, let's see, what was the name of the movie again?
If you're Pooh and Tigger,
or that, yeah. Well, thank you for noticing.
Is it like the Academy Awards? Like, do you have to do like some what's the word I'm looking for? Donations?
Yeah, who knows? It's academic, all right. Tough. Or Disney legend, Disney. I mean, I don't know what to say. Obviously, people come up to me all the time, and I'm sure you get introduced this way too. Here she is, a Disney legend, ladies and gentlemen. But people don't get that that's an actual title.
It is a title.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a I know why they would say it, and
for
to
you
myself as well.
Yes.
But I end up correcting them, and I go, well, actually, thank you, first of all, but second of all, no, I'm not. And then everybody's weird, and but what are you gonna do? You can't fight City Hall,
right? Well, I do know that a lot of people ask me too about whether they're going to do the live action, and I don't know. I'm not part of that conversation. But I think it would be very interesting for them to do that. I think they should do it all the way up until she sees the ship. That might work for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I really do. I think I understand some of the reasoning for Pocahontas, their reasoning, but I don't. But I
don't necessarily subscribe to it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I know that it's through every measure of the word that we were, as a group of people, as artists, working on everything to make this the most beautiful picture, and it did incredibly well, and it still does incredibly well, you know? And I think that though it has the issues of the time, right? And that also, you know, being the biggest one is the historical inaccuracies. And it's dealing with the ideas of prejudice and racism. But, you know, and how we can build bridges to one another. And I think that's really why it continues and sticks to that belief system that I was telling you about. I mean, she has a relationship to her elders, her father, her grandmother Willow, and nature, you know, the creatures around her. She understands that we're all part of this medicine wheel here. So this is the 4 directions and the 4 seasons and the 4 peoples of the planet. And it's the 4 ages, and it just means we're all connected. We're all part of the same, and we can now prove that through physics. You know, the butterfly effect.
That's right, isn't it?
The fact, or even just the fact that, and this is a horrifying example of it, but it really goes to the point of that when we dropped the Nagasaki and Hiroshima bombs, every single living creature, every blade of grass now has cesium-138 in us. So that is how interconnected we are. One thing happens on the planet, and for now millennia, we all have cesium-138 in us. Yes.
I'm curious. I just want to go back to that. What are the 4 peoples of the earth? I've never heard that before.
Well, you know, I think this is a much later interpretation of it, but, you know, it's the white, yellow, red, black, you know, that it's the 4, that is, but these colors also represent the times of the times of life, you know, so from birth to young youthhood to then adulthood to then our later age, and then as we go back and return.
Wow.
So, yeah, and it just...
I love symbolic things like that.
Right.
That's beautiful.
So when I sign my autograph, I always sign it with the medicine wheel. And just
is that what that is?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you sign a lot of autographs, that's for sure. That's a beautiful thing. Wow. I'm learning something new all the time here.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I think that's the point of this. This life is a gift given to us to learn, you know, and so every single day I think of it as, you know, what am I going to learn today? You know, what else is there new? When I take on a new role, it's such an opportunity for me to learn a whole new set of things, you know, whether it's a language. You know, when I was at the University of the Arts, we had 4 years of speech, and that included dialects, you know, from all around the world that we had to learn. And I just was going through, especially like Scottish, Irish, Cockney, you know, all these, you know, no one is ever going to ask me to do these you know. But it has been so...
Well, I don't know. I would like to hear some Cockney.
It has been so... I got to do it when our son was little, reading Harry Potter.
Oh,
it was like, yay! I get to do all these voices.
Oh, that's
and
cute.
Then, you know, I did a production of Our Town where I sort of channeled Katharine Hepburn and Audrey Hepburn, and it was an Alaska Native version of it, but we started in Alaska, and then it would go to...
Did you say Alaska Native?
Alaska Native, yeah.
I thought you said Alaska Native, caffeinated.
Alaska Native, yeah.
Okay.
We were Alaska Native
Little
for
dose
sure.
of Alaska in there for you.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, so I got to do, you know, I got to park the car in Harvard Yard for that one.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yes. I can hear Katharine Hepburn for sure in there.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
But, you know, I mean, for the most of what I do, even voiceover wise, whether it's, you know, Scooby-Doo to whatever, they are looking for me to produce the indigenous tones, you know, so...
Does that ever get frustrating? Do you feel boxed in, or is that...
I mean, you know, sometimes I have such a great imagination, though, that when I do get the chance, I was asked to do a murderous grandmother. And I think that they thought I was going to be like, where's my gun? Like that. And I had worked on a film, and the first AD had this little tiny voice. And she talked like this. And at first you're like, how is she going to do this? And then after a while, it became very, very scary because you thought she was going to break.
Yes.
And so I did that.
She's simmering.
You're right. And the director would just thought it was great because.
Well, that's pretty scary.
Right.
I mean,
because as much, where's my gun?
Yes. Oh my gosh. What was that movie? There was one of those. Oh, tonight you belong to me. You know, and it was just the scariest song because it was in a movie about I can't think. Yeah. And it was set against this young girl who turned out to be a hatchet murderer, and it was the scariest damn song in the world because of what it was depicting. Yeah. Boy, context is everything, isn't it?
Yeah. But, all of that speech has, of course, helped me in doing ADR when I have to go and reproduce what I've done on film. Doing any kind of animation and work. That's been a lot of, because, how close is she? How far is she? You having to work on the microphone and all of that. But one of the things that having all that speech definitely helped with was I speak languages I don't speak. People say, I've been asked by a director, okay, let's hear some Native American. And I'm like, well, that's kind of like me asking you, can we hear some European?
Yeah, it is.
German?
Yeah.
Italian? Which one?
Yeah, that's true, isn't it?
I've spoken Lakota several times, Dene, Shoshone, Mi'kmaq. I mean, just languages that I have to learn by ear, by rote, it really was helpful to go through all of those voice. Did you go to voice acting school?
Kinda. Well, I took a course once. A long time ago.
Yeah.
But I was in speech as a kid. I was really annoying as
Speech
a child.
and debate.
Yeah, just But I did that, and I just had an ear for it, I guess. But I took a workshop. I took Andrea Romano's workshop, and I think Jenny McSwain was in there a few times, and that was it. Then I just, I as far as any education, I just used to do impressions of my aunts and uncles, and I've said it before. Leatherhead from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is. I was a deckhand on a riverboat in New Orleans for a long time, and he was the first Léonce Leblanc. He was from down there in Napoleonville, Louisiana, and he was Leatherhead, the villain on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So that was like my education, just imitating people and being annoying. Right.
And that's something too. Like I can only do impressions of people that I know. Like I have this friend who talks like this, but and then it happened. I was saying or doing a quote, and apparently I could do Trump. And then I was like, okay, enough. I never did it again.
I was going to ask you to hear that. Well, we've had a few people do a really good Trump impression. Yes. Frank Caliendo. Frank Caliendo does a hilarious one. Who was that? Jim Meskimen. Jim Meskimen does. You can't give us a little one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! You got to give us a little Trump.
Oh, I'd have to find a quote and then I could do it. But then you have to hear what he was saying.
Okay. Call us up right now and quick, get on the phone. There's a strange man in the corner signaling something. I don't know what he's saying, but
do you ever use those impressions of your friends and family in your work?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, well, just like I had mentioned, how I took the AD and turned it into a murderous grandmother. I think we do a lot of that, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, I'm kind of hearing this person that I know in this set of words, and then and you just kind of place it there, So
yeah, and then acting is reacting.
yeah.
And, if you hear something, you react to it, you'd go back and forth. Did you always know you would end up here doing this?
No, I was very shy, very studious.
Really?
I studied physics and philosophy first.
Wow.
But my whole entire family, a lot of indigenous peoples of America, we have the highest per capita that joined the military. So my whole entire family is military. My grandfather on my father's side served World War I. My grandfather on my dad's side was one of the Alaska Natives that they plucked from the village when the Japanese invaded us in World War II. They sent more troops than the beaches of Normandy there. And then my father was Korea and Vietnam, and my brothers were Iraq, my sister, Master Sergeant in the Air Force. But I realized that
Thank you all out there for their service. God bless.
Again, my name means peace. She's the goddess of peace. So I realized that the majority of jobs that at that time in the 80s, I was a female, for one.
Yes, I see where you're going with that.
And then for two, the majority of those jobs were going to be in defense contracting, and that's not really why I was putting physics and philosophy together. I was really searching for that interconnectedness, that which now we've learned all of these new things, and so I still keep up on the physics, but. No, I was the oldest child and the oldest grandchild. And in order to keep everyone together, I started writing plays when I was 10 years old. And just I knew where everybody was. Like, your entrance is from here.
Kidding.
Here's your line. I just kept everybody in order. And then always did it in junior high and high school. I was in the Anchorage Civic Opera and my high school swing choir. We went to Europe and traveled everywhere.
So you're a singer.
Yeah, I do sing. It was something. It's something that I love doing, but at this point, I'm focusing on doing the producing and the storytelling in that way. So,
wow. Well, that's great. So you're on both sides of the camera and both sides of the microphone?
Yeah, and that's why, I started the production company, was being able to herald a story from the seed and the thought to then putting it out into the world and letting it go. And I really enjoy putting people together that that I worked on hundreds of projects, and so I have so many different people that I've worked with that I can't wait for this person to work with this person, and to put everyone together is something that I really enjoy.
Your love of storytelling just carries you through so much of this.
Yeah,
it sounds like that's a beautiful tradition.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah.
I learned something interesting about you in my research, that you were in a music video for Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Oh, yes.
What were they like? Are you allowed to say?
Yes.
Interestingly enough, I actually didn't film with them.
Oh, no?
I filmed in the same day that they were filming in that same church. But I didn't, my scenes weren't with them. I play, Ava DuVernay, I guess, had become a fan, and then, but especially of what I was finally, saying on Twitter, or social media, and it's decided that she wanted me to be the president of the United States 444 years from now. Mm-hmm. And I was actually out at the anniversary of a celebration or ceremony for Standing Rock, for the events that happened out at Standing Rock years ago.
Sorry for the ignorant like me. What is that?
So in 2016, the Lakota people, the Standing Rock Sioux people, stopped a pipeline from going through.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember that.
Yeah. And they sent in troops, and it was a many day standoff. Anyway, so I was there, and out of the blue, I get this call saying, "Hey, can you get to New York by Monday?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay," for Ava DuVernay, and I didn't know what it was. And when I showed up,
You knew who she was, though.
I knew who Ava was. I
Yeah.
didn't know what it was for. It was the Untitled Ava DuVernay Project. And when I got there, that's when I learned that it was Jay-Z and Beyonce. And yeah,
Wow.
That's cool.
it's
But you didn't get to meet them.
no, did not get to meet them.
Well, they didn't get to meet you. let's get some perspective here.
Darn,
right?
I wanted some dirt. I wanted some dirt on the Illuminati.
Well, you can make something up.
I'm joking. Don't sue me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Well, you've had quite a interesting career of it, aren't you? What? Amazing.
You know, if you ever hear me say I'm bored, then I have gone insane.
Yeah.
It hasn't
Well, that's
been boring,
good.
that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Do you have like a dream role or character or story you want to tell?
Well, there are several that I have in the bucket for the production company that are in line for telling these stories. One that I am still continuing to herald and potentially working with a French production company is the story of Molly Spotted Elk, who was the first Native American indigenous silent movie star. And she was a dancer on vaudeville, and realized when she was there that she wasn't going to be able to perform her traditional dances and be an artist as an indigenous woman, and had spent a lot of time with jazz musicians and artists in New York, and they all said, go to Paris. And so she went to Paris and became a muse for sculptors and married a French journalist, Archambault was his name. And then the Germans invaded, and she had to escape over the Pyrenees Mountains with her child. And
Well, that was
so just this
quite a
epic
trek.
story,
No
right?
kidding.
And she became the holder of the Penobscot people's like culture and knowledge and dance and tradition, and it's just a beautiful story and kind of an epic story. So that's one that I've been holding on to that I'm really looking forward to getting made one day.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Jeez. You know, I cannot think of his name, but another Native American actor. He played Tonto in The Lone Ranger. Who?
Oh, Jay Silverheels.
No, the movie. I'm sorry.
Oh.
And I cannot think of his name, but oh God, somebody here call up right now and tell us. But he made this movie. It was The Lone Ranger, I think Clinton Spilsbury or whatever. It was the last one, like maybe 20 years ago. And he told the story that, the director said, Lone Ranger's been hurt. He's really bad. And perhaps you can, if you know some healing songs or, this or that hit from his Native American heritage. And he goes, well, I'm not going to sing these. I'm not going to, it would be sacrilege to do it with this goofy guy here. He's some guy with a mask, and I'm faithful Indian companion. If you call me that, I'll kill you. And he said, but I'll tell you what, I'll sing some stuff for you. And there were other Native American guys on the set, and he started singing these songs, and they bust up laughing. And he goes, what the hell? What? The director stopped. Cut. What's the matter? And he goes, do you know what he just said? And he said, no. He goes, please don't let this honky die before he signs my paycheck. So I thought, not bad.
That's really good.
Yeah. Fun facts to know and tell. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
That's hilarious.
Yes.